I'm a poor, broken down black guy, or what some people would say a poor, broken down nigger. That type of person. I was looking at the Guardian or Telegraph article about Robert Mercer and the data connections and the West Canadians and the naval line of Royal Navy people involved, Marine Corps people involved, the naval line, the seamanship, the martial aspect of seamanship, the military aspect has always been dominated by people of European ancestry. Long held with a foray a little bit into it by Arabs, but mostly European ancestries. And they dominate and they hold to that very dear, to the traversal of the sea as well as the martial aspects of it. Military, naval, honored traditions that are primarily white seamanship, primarily European ancestry, fishing domination, Maersk shipping, all of that. Blacks are not really allowed forays into those things. No. And I mean really overtly blacks. Mulatto, mixed Creole type of melange type of blacks are, but not really overt dark Afro ethnic blacks like myself. You don't really find many involved in naval operations, either U.S. or otherwise. So I was looking at the forays of the information about the data connections, which I may be central added people that were former military or have links or commingling of former, current, and past that are involved in data mining, which you call white hat, black hat, hacking, and all that kind of stuff in pseudo business military complex. I'm at the center of what Edward Snowden will talk about. This is where it leads to when you have no control over the privacy. So it's interesting about the Facebook, how everybody loves this Facebook. And with the videos I put up, and by the way, it's way after Fajr, 5:49 in the morning. This is times of morning that I wake up, even earlier, and stay out late because to give the accommodation to the young man, the young Russian man who's here to work, because they work at night and they need space for themselves during the day, so he can rest in peace, sleep peacefully. Yeah, I give him that space to do that. He just got here a few days ago, him and his compatriots. So the thing here in Scandinavia, Reykjavik. So the thing is that nexus of that Robert Mercer and West Canada and the naval thing, all that, I believe, like I said, Olga, that I have been targeted harshly because I married a woman of that ruling ethnic class. But she was considered a lot lower mark by some Muslims involved with certain lines of mysticism. Not all Sufis are like this, but certain lines of it that were biased against me, particularly some of the Hanafi Pakistani influenced bloodlines of it, and they sort of guided it through the Muslim website right towards this type of woman that might have been a problematic, schismatic sort of a rub against my personality that wouldn't work. Whereas another type of woman that I was supposed to marry would have worked. It probably would have worked fine because of the submissive nature. See, here in Iceland and Scandinavia in general, the women don't have that submissive nature. Like I saw this big, heavy, large woman that I wanted, and she was older, but she was teasingly with the ice cream, sitting by herself when she had a man all the while, and might have been with a man walking in the mall, or might not have been walking by herself. But they have that culture that they could just do things by themselves. And it's like she could tell a man, "I dismiss you. I don't need you now. I want to walk around alone by myself. When I'm ready, I'm call you." But she was dressed really provocatively. Even the leggings and everything was very, very provocative. You could see the whole body shape and everything. So it's like what it is. It's like then the Western arguers would say, "Well, woman is not here just to please you for your desires. Screw you, fuck you. If you can't get a woman, too bad. If you don't have anybody, you're a fucking failure. You're a loser." You have this medieval term, winners and losers. You hear a lot of that in Euro-ethnic dialectic or in axioms, yeah, or whatever, or banter. Winners and losers. You're a loser. You're a failure. And this kind of stuff, when a lot of their winnings and successes have to be discreet, contrived, and deceptive, and in the shadows and things like that, So for me, getting kicked out, let's say if a team just bust in the door now, assault team, they crawled up and said, "We're ready," because we got a tip off from the Americans, and they bust in the door right now, I wouldn't know anything about that. You wouldn't know anything about that, and you wouldn't know what or how it happens. In nation states, you can suddenly be rendered undesirable, and you won't even know. And it could be a person like a Robert Mercer or somebody who has geopolitical, or somebody of Semitic ancestry, what you know as Jewish, who you may have irked or made them upset, and they have geopolitical connections around the world into the money, and then that peer connections knows another person of money who knows somebody here or in other states, or a big banker who's then plugged into a prime minister, into a government, and the government people then the security minister then to the chief of police, or national constable, or this or that, or head of intelligence, then knows law enforcement, and then kicks down, down, and down, down, then bam, it goes to unit commander of the elite, whether it's the Vikings or whether it's the Kopassus or Detachment 88 or whatever, or Special Section 7, over that UK, whatever, and then your door is kicked down. You don't even know why. So these are the things, and particularly I believe that it's a global vibration, and I was targeted, one of the early targets of a global vibration to remove the freedom of sort of one of the aberrations to them, this Royal Naval Anglo or Euro ethnic bloodline and class, is this movement of niggers, of these inferior, substandard niggers, man, moving around that would normally not have access to anything, man, under normal, or shouldn't. Like, I used to eat with a person that was a runaway Nazi in Africa. I used to have lunch and food with him because I was running sometimes low on food in the community. Again, some of the mystic Sufism and other influenced communities would deny me or hold back help from me. People would get tired of me in South Africa. So I used to eat with this Nazi guy because I had an interest in diamond cutting and other stuff to make myself sufficient away from the capriciousness and the whimsical, the mercurial nature of my fellow Muslims. So I used to eat with him, and he told me that from what he understands, post-World War II, actual Nazi who ran away. Not ran away after committing atrocity to Jews, no. He ran away because he couldn't stand what Hitler was doing. He was against Hitler. Sort of like a Schindler's List type of guy, but he fled. So what he told me is that from what he understood, Afro-Americans should not have made it in the U.S., meaning with contemporary systems, the way it's designed, that fascists have influence in the U.S. And he said, it's amazing someone of my capability actually made it and made it out of the United States. He was surprised. Blue-eyed man, yeah, he was very shocked that you made it. Because system is usually, what he was alluding to in so many words is that system was designed and influenced by some Nazis to ensure to ensure people like me and my ethnicity and gender, my demise. He said he don't know how I got away